It's all an inside job. And everything that you experience inside of this field, you experience inside of this field because it is inside of this field. And though the reality that shows up in your mind appears to be about this other person, it comes from your brain cell structure. We call that projection. What has been denied and suppressed, sooner or later will be projected. Now, we live in a culture that explains that projection is taking something that is inside of you and putting it outside of you. That's not projection. Projection is taking an energy inside of you that you don't want to deal with, and when it fires, making your brain's image of someone else out of it. You project the content to these brain cells that have been denied and suppressed into your brain's image of them, and they show up in your mind with your problem attached. But you're sure it must be their problem because it's showing up attached to your image of their body. Now, I have a question for you, because everybody's convinced when those things show up embodied in our brain's image of someone else that the problem must be everybody else's. If they're the one with the problem, why are you the one with the pain? Something about that doesn't make sense. What is pain? I would offer that pain is nothing but a warning signal that you've put an energy into your field that doesn't belong there. You know, if we listen to Einstein, Einstein has an interesting thing to say to us. He says this, and it's interesting how long it takes for science to catch up with so-called scientists, because we still have scientists working in the material realm, or so-called scientists. But here's what Einstein said. On such things as matter, we have been all wrong. What we have heretofore called matter is energy. Energy whose vibrations have been so lowered as to be perceptible to the senses. There is no matter. Einstein says matter doesn't exist. So once you recognize you live in an energetic world, you realize that your body is not a body, but rather is an energy system. If we could see what was there, actually there, we would see, when we look at what we call a body, a whirring mass of electrons, protons, neutrons, and light. We would not see physical, because it's all energy. And relative to every energy system, there are only two qualities of energy. There's that which builds the system up. It's called integrative energy. And that which tears the system down, it's called disintegrative energy. In the ancient Aramaic, disintegrative energy, the word that was used to describe that was sin. Sin does not mean some terrible, awful thing that you've done. Sin is an archery term. When you fired at the target and you missed the bullseye, the scorekeeper yelled sin, you're off the mark. When you put an energy into your structure that is off the mark, your structure says, ouch, when you sin. Because the whole design of the system is to show you when your structure is having an energy put into it that doesn't belong in it. That's all pain is. It's just a warning signal, and what most people want to do is they want to get rid of the signal. Now let's imagine that we were doing this workshop in an old 10-story wooden hotel. And along about this point, all of a sudden the fire alarm goes off in the hotel. And Jeannie says, Michael, hey everybody in the class, don't be concerned about that fire alarm. I've got a pair of wire cutters. I'll go cut the wires to the bell. How many want to stay for the rest of the workshop? Not likely. Why? Because you know that even though the warning signal's gone, nothing's been done to address the fire. It is no different in your energy field. If you put an energy in that doesn't belong there, and your system says ouch, and you take an anesthetic to shut that ouch down, it does nothing to address the source of the disorder, the source of the pain. So putting an energy in that doesn't belong creates pain, and when we deny and suppress our pain, we'll put our pain into our brain's image of someone else.